Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here as we talk to Skoura the Faceless and probably kill a bunch of Mirdons. And Mirdons are sort of abhuman. They're abhumans, actually, that's the definition that the game gives them. They're sort of like mutants. They look like birds a little bit, but they are also thieves, quite clearly, and at least these guys are, and they also are kind of... well, they don't really care for humans, basically. They did a very bad thing to one. But that I am willing to accept as being lawful, though, because they bought her as a slave. So, the laws of the bloom and all that. Anyway, but we're gonna kill them, most likely. For now, we're dealing with Skoura the Faceless, and she's blind. And she wants me to cure her blindness. So she will give me a bit of iron wind that she has inside of a jar. Iron wind is just a wind that murders everything, made of nanobots or something. Her head tilts at your footfalls and her lips smack as she scents the air. Why do you return? What have you brought to poor Skoura? He returns, she thinks. Few have done so. Maybe... No, best not to get my hopes up. Yeah, maybe I'll be the one to help you. What do you want me to do for you? Do you not listen? I am blind, and I would see. I don't care how it's done. Restore my sight, and I will give you my jar of wind. Okay, well, I guess I'll come back, because I think I will need to go back to Surgeon's Slump to be able to do that. But we are looking for a frame. Aligern's flame. Frame, not flame. Because I think it is. Is it? I think it is. Anyway, beneath the grate, a vertical shaft descends into darkness. Faint whispers echo from somewhere far below. That is not very nice. Manacles hang from the ancient stone plinth, but they are rusted and useless. No one has been chained here in a long time. Okay. So what exactly... Oh, there's a thing over here. Huh. Where exactly are we? Essence of single sigh. The malachite-tinted bubble filled with ashen vapor pulsates at the touch. When peered at long enough, it invokes an intense feeling of solitude. The examiner never knows whether to embrace it or shun it. Huh. Interesting thing. That means nothing. Because it's an oddity, it doesn't matter. Grumbling masonry serves as a testament to a past effort to reinforce the walls, but the bloom seems to have other ideas. I'm not sure if it was the Mirdons that tried this. These walls seem to... Or these... doors or all these things doesn't seem to be of their building. This old metal door looks fairly solid. It has a single mechanical lock. You notice that the mechanism appears complicated, suggesting that it is more than just a simple lock. Okay, let's examine it a little bit more closely. Embedded within the locking mechanism is a thin bladder of air, and as you look more carefully, you realize that the bladder is somehow connected to a series of tubes. This is a trap, a cunning, ingenious trap that is beyond the skill of the Mirdons. It must be part of the original design of the door. Yep, as I thought. Okay, so I'm not really good at quick fingers, but I think I'll be able to do... Okay, that's speed. Unfortunate. Let's see if I can do something better over here. No, yeah, you can't. Tivir has got a 65. What about Aligern? Or Aligern, he's not very good at speed. Very slow guy. Okay, so I'm the best here. Let's do that. It's the lore machinery that's helping me. Oh, I took damage. The lock is challenging, but not overly difficult to open. Just as you push the final tumbler into place, you accidentally depress a bladder of air that in turn activates a tiny nozzle. Acid sprays all over you. The pain is excruciating. It's not really, just 2 damage. It's all fine. At least the door is open. Okay. Oh. What? These guys had keys. What are you doing here? 2 men share this cell. Both of them wear the armor of the Memovita's soldiers. A third soldier lies on the ground nearby, lifeless. One of the survivors is badly hurt, bleeding and clutching his side. The other, a younger man, appears uninjured. His hands are bound with rusty manacles, and he looks blearily up at you with eyes that suggest that he's waiting for the butcher's blade. When he realizes that you're not a Mirdon, his face lightens with frantic hope. Oh, thank the gods you've come. If you can free us, you can name your reward with Bruska, or with the Memovita herself. How did you get here? We've been on this route for a long time, a very long time. We've never had any trouble with the Mirdons before. They've always paid their tribute, so we had no reason to think they'll just try to slaughter us. We fought back, and we survived the fight, but... And he gestures to his companion. I don't know how much longer he'll survive. We need your help to escape. Zabak's got a family back in Sagas, he thinks. I've got to get him out of here. Yeah, I think I'll free you. How have you been treated? They gave us some bowls of slop now and then, but I don't dare eat it. If I used it as a chamber pot, you'd never know the difference. Otherwise, they ignore Zabak and me. I mean, if you don't count the time that when they came in here and ate pieces off of Pebble. Well, anyway, they're keeping us fresh, is what I think, instead of letting us rot. Our turn will come, I'm sure of it. Oh, yeah. I heard screaming down the hall, he thinks. What are they keeping us fresh for? Okay. Let's free them both. There's a key by the door, friend, he says. Just use that and... Excellent. He finishes as you unlock him and his friends. Can I trouble you for something else? With the shape Zabak is in, there's no way we can get out of here alive. At least not with the Mirdon's guard watching the entryway. Can you do something about them? Well... Yeah, wait here for now. I'll kill them. Just... Don't leave us here to die. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna try and see what is in here. Down the hall. Oh. Oh, I love this place. I love this dungeon. What do we have here? This looks like a big Mirdon nest. This is gonna be terrible. We got a 32 shins. We got a door. Shin-wise. As you tug on the heavy door, a panic-filled male voice calls out to you. Hello? Is someone out there? I know you're not Mirdons. I can feel their blasted mental noise. And by all the gods, I hope you're friendlier than they are. Please, you have to help me. For the love of everything you hold dear, please help open the doors. Dear gods, let it be a rescuer. I don't want to die, he thinks. Who are you? My friends call me Shin-wise. Please, I don't want to die. Open the door. What's trying to kill you? I don't know, I don't know. Tentacle things that hang around the edges of this room. There's blood and bones all over the floor. The Mirdons threw me in here, locked the doors behind me. I think I'm supposed to be some kind of sacrifice. Okay, let's pick the door. Pick the lock. That's, not very good. That's terrible. That is awful. Oh my god, I'm gonna fail. I need to sleep. This is 70%. Okay, I succeeded. What? I healed intellect. What is that, a maw? Anyway, with a click, you unlock the door, and it grumbles open, revealing an emaciated man in tattered rags, a look of profound shock and fear on his face behind him. Blood and bones litter the floor. The man is short and dark, and his face is scarred and disfigured. One of his injuries is freshly branded on his cheek, a stylized blade with blood dripping from it. He wears the ragged clothes of a bloom slave, tattered and filthy. He tries desperately to push past you. Let me out of here, I beg you! This is no place for a human! It's going to kill me, he thinks. I'll do anything to get out of here, even if I have to kill again. Yeah, I mean, he's a slave, so he's a criminal. Or it should be, anyway, on principle. Apparently that's what we've been told. Before I let you out, I need you to answer some questions for me. He glances back over his shoulder, his nervousness apparent in every twitch, and you can see him evaluating the possibility of just bowling through you. Or bowling through you? His mental calculus complete, he inches closer but shows no sign of trying to bolt. Alright, but please, make them quick, I don't want to be eaten. So... Who are you? I'm Shin-wise. I got caught by the levies when I nicked some sleep wine for my old mother. She's dying and I can't afford a surgeon, and I'd never done it before. Thought I'd take a chance on Bloom slavery to pay my debts and come back home. I never dreamed I'd wind up here. Okay, so he's lying. Will he buy it? Yeah, quite clearly. It shouldn't matter. Nobody deserves this fate, no matter what I did. So what's that symbol on her cheek? That... Tibir peers more closely. That's the symbol they use to brand murderers in the city. You'll notice that I don't have one. The little man's eyes dart left and right. He licks his lips. It's true. I killed a couple of thugs in the underbelly, but it wasn't them or me, honest. What? But it was that. No, it was them or me, honest. Folsom turned me over to the levies before, because the ones I killed worked for him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have cared. Okay, what are you doing here? You know that auctioneer outside the Memorita's fortress? The one with too many teeth? He sold me to a merchant, supposedly to a maw, then the merchant sold me to the Mirdons. That's not even legal! Nobody's allowed to sell slaves to the Mirdons. And he swallows and glances over his shoulder again. The Mirdons threw me in this cell. I saw them cast another slave in this room before me. I heard her screaming. So much blood. And it looks imploringly past you. Please, let me out. Okay, I kind of would like to look at that. So, what is in the room? Why does it frighten you? He looks at you with incredulity. The floor is covered with blood, the bones are snapped in half, and the smell of death is everywhere. He breaks off and looks behind him, apparently distraught. I don't know what it's in there, what's in there, but I've seen things, tentacle things, moving through the edges of the room. Is he insane? He thinks, how does this room not frighten him? Could it be the sorrow? I don't think so. And actually, where is the sorrow? It's been a while since we saw him. Or her, I don't know. I have no more questions. Does this mean you let me go? Please, please. Okay, you're a killer, you deserve to die, but really what I want here is, okay, this is a choice for the tide that I'm gonna attune to. I don't know what tide this is gonna be. I hope it's not blue. I hope it's not blue, but it might be blue here. But yeah, I'm gonna do this because, yeah. Because he's a liar and a killer, so I don't trust him. Yeah. Oh. It's a relatively hard check. Lovely. Yeah, it's quite a hard check. I might fail at this. I did succeed. Good. Okay. See what happens. The little man struggles desperately, his fear lending him strength, but at last you manage to wrestle him back into the room, and you slam the door in his face. Oh boy. He beats furiously on the door, and his voice changes dramatically from the polite and nervous tone from before. You poxy-eyed bastard, I slaughter you, I'll drink the blood of your mother, I'll ravage your corpse, your father's corpse, And he cuts off abruptly. By the Black Three, what's that? His frantic... I want to see what that is. His frantic drumming on the door is more insistent. You can't leave me here, he says. Don't let them... Oh, gods, no! A screeching, hissing noise drowns out his words. The sound is organic, but strangely alien, and it sends involuntary shivers through your heart. Then the screams begin, rising in pitch and pain. The wet slapping that accompanies each howl is even more disturbing. Suddenly, the noise ends, as if cut off altogether. You crack the door, and you see nothing but bloody chunks of flesh and viscera, the remains of the hapless slave. And on the far wall, a new maw, one that wasn't there before. It gapes wide open with a glowing singularity inside. Yep. There it is. We opened a new maw. But I'm not going in there before I sleep. I'm really struggling here for speed mostly. I could heal up, but yeah. Pieces of what you assume to be Shin-wise lie scattered on the ground. Yeah, quite. Yeah, I saw these things, and I had no idea what that was, but that was the maw that ate him, I think. So manacles hang from the top of these plinths. Blood and viscera cover the floor around them. So these are sacrifices to the maw, but the maw is open. The maw doesn't want to eat anymore, as far as I'm aware, because it only wants to eat when it needs to be open. So these guys are free to go. I could have sent them down there, I suppose, but it does mean that they're murderous. I mean, they're thugs. They're Memovita thugs. And they're racketeers, so yeah. Let's have a chat with them. See if anything happens. The man's breathing is labored and his eyes... that's the injured one. And his eyes barely focus on you. Blood has soaked his brigandine armor. You're better off talking to him, he nods at his comrade. His voice is soft, almost a whisper. I ain't got much breath left in me. What happened to you? Double-crossed by the Mirdons, we came to collect the boss lady's tribute, as we always do. They fell on us like the mudbirds they are. And he puts a hand on his side. Broke one of their beaks with my fist. Got me a couple of stab wounds for my trouble. Good thing my kids can't see me now. You have children? I thought we were all faceless goons, eh? He smiles and offers you an unsteady hand. Name's Zabak. I got 2 kids back in Cliff's Edge. Oh, wait a minute! Oh, this is the guy... What? I completely forgot about you! This is the... Oh, your name is Zabak. I think I met your children in Sagas Cliffs. Zeb and Nim? He reaches out a shaking hand to clutch your shoulder. Are they well? Well, they were fine when last I saw them. He grips on your shoulder, tightens. His grip on your shoulder tightens, and his eyes grow wet. "Thank the gods," he whispers. "If I survive this, I'm going home. Never letting them out of my sight again. Don't care what Bruska says." And he shakes his head. "Time has a way of slipping out of your hands in the bloom. That's what they say. I never meant to stay so long." "Yeah? You got captured." Oh, I completely forgot about this guy. It's so good. It's so good to see him. Oh, it's so awesome. It's a shame that we can't go back to Saga's Cliffs. But let me take a look at your wounds. "Aye," he murmurs, peeling back his blood-caked armor. He looks at you with a mix of hope and dread, probably assuming that you're a healer. "Fortunately, you have some knowledge of medicine." Yep, indeed. "Or you remember some of your sire's knowledge, perhaps. The soldier's wounds don't smell of corruption, and you're certain they are survivable, but only with treatment, which he won't get until he escapes this cell." Oh, come on. Really? Okay, I think I can get you out of here. "If you're gonna help us escape, better talk to him," and he nods at his comrade. "I won't be much use, but I'll follow along as best I can." Okay, so I'm gonna need to talk to this guy, see if what crimes they have committed. Yeah, wait here for now. Okay, so I can talk to them. But yeah, these guys are probably murderers. That's probably what these guys want for the maw. Or something. They might be... Wait a minute, that can't be, right? The other woman that was in here, she wasn't a murderer, otherwise the maw would have opened. So he was... And he's probably as well, and I can't say anything about him either. What? Oh, that's the door, right? That opens and closes the door. Yeah, right there. Okay. So these things haven't been used in a long time. There's whispers below, and I suppose that's the bloom. We have a few Mirdons here. They're not too tough. I think we fought some of those before as well. So what I'll do is I will attack them. I need to. So what can I do here? Do I need to talk to you? Can I talk to you? Okay, I can. Awesome. The Mirdon puffs itself up, its greasy black down expanding as if its beady eyes size you up. You note that this creature is slightly larger than its comrade. It croaks a harsh and glottal challenge, and a burst of mistrustful static fuzzes your thoughts. Where's your leader? The Mirdon ducks its head, bobbing from side to side to keep you in view, and it points a wicked blade towards the adjoining room. Okay, so he doesn't say anything. So I'm gonna need to talk to you. Oh, that's not 6 of them. That's a lot of them. This is gonna be interesting. I think we should be fine. We should be fine. Ish. I'm not really sure. The larger size of this Mirdon and the grey down that covers his head gives him a more stately and menacing look than his companions, or his compatriots. He hisses at the other Mirdons and the annoying mental static fades. "Why you come here, human? Your kind too afraid. They see their fate." And the girl gestures to herself, mimicking the movements of the Mirdon chief. Okay, I can't attack you? How do I... Okay. I can't attack them. But maybe it's because I don't need to? Yeah, there's no way to enter combat, is there? As far as I know, there's not. No, I don't think so. Okay, so let's just tell him the other thing. So yeah, if you go hide in the next cell, I'll tell the Mirdon guards that you've escaped. That should give you time. A solid plan. We'll wait for you there. When you give us the word that the way is clear, we'll make a run for it. Okay, so they're off. They're gonna go over there. Please don't. There's no need for that. It's just... But maybe there was, because that door needs to be closed and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, there's need for that indeed. Okay, Mirdon men, your prisoners are gone. The creature looks at you blankly for a moment, then darts a quick glance at the comrade. You sense a staticky psychic exchange between them, and they turn and dash down the hall. Okay, off they go. So, let's do this fast. It's not a crisis, but yeah. Not you, this guy. Yeah. Are they distracted? Can we make a break for it? Yep, it's clear. You should be able to make your way to safety. You have my gratitude, friend. Farewell. Okay, and that's off thing. Can't say I still care much about those guards, but they've still got a hard road. Yeah, they do. They do. Okay, so let's see if I can talk to these guys and get myself into trouble, because I kind of want to kill them. Hello, Mr. Mirdon. How's it going? Do you not talk? No. And the guy goes... exclamation mark at the end. Sure. Okay, you lost your things. So yeah, let's go to... So what I want to do... Oh, wait a minute. I haven't done everything here. I need the thing for Aligern. What do they call it? What do they call it? They call it a thing, the frame. Yeah, I need that. I need the frame. I think these guys I might want to talk to them as well. I'm gonna talk to them on my way back. Yeah, but I'm gonna need the frame for them. For him. So probably inside the maw. Although, how do I know it's there? I kind of lost track of that particular quest line. It's the quests that are more that I draw out a little bit more are usually way trickier to follow. It's kind of a shame. The journal isn't very... I mean, it does its job. It's actually one of the best journals I've seen, but it should be better. I don't understand why they don't make journals in video games that are amazing. Come on, seriously. It's the... I don't know. I think it's too rooted on tradition or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I would make journals that are just... Like, you could rearrange things, you could sort, you could add categories, you could hide, you could write your own notes everywhere, you could just take notes, you could add links to other things, you could just make amazing things in journals. And it's easy! It's really easy, because this is basically a website, and that's the easiest part of programming a game. Like, Jan, I need to sleep. How's it going? Yeah, I just don't understand. But yeah, I'd like to sleep here, please. For free, of course. I'll bring you food as well. Man, fantastic. No matter what it is, since you know it's eatable, it's always gonna be amazing. Let's have a chat with Dracogen, because I think I have the amulet already. And I also have the other thing. The thing that we got in the Anchorage place. Dracogen's voice is less patient. You return again. Surely this time you bear what you promised? Alas, you do not, he sniffs the air. The time of mere mortals is not the same scale. Yeah, it's just, whatever. I need the... Yeah, because, yeah, I don't have that. See, that's the other thing. The quest that we have right now... Dracogen's price. Empty cage, yeah. Right there. Our objective is to return with a magnetic amulet. Let's say it correctly. But we can't because we don't have it. We should set up camp here. Or yeah, I know. We've just set up camp. It's all fine. Who was saying that? Was that Tibir? Must have been Tibir. It's interesting that he didn't actually voice that out. Because usually they actually say the things. But anyway, let's have a chat with these guys and then go back inside. Grizzler! How's it going, man? I can use this caravan? Wait a minute, is it? Oh, because it's dug. It looks as if the bloom has begun to devour this wagon. Its wheels have been sucked down into the flesh of the platform. Even as you watch, it slowly recedes a little further into the ground. The merchant's guard heave and push at it with to no avail. Okay, let's help the guards. That's might, so that should be good for you. That's a 50 on, that's actually a 70. That's pretty nasty. What about you? You get a 70 as well, and you get a 30. What about me? Can I go with a 100%? Oh, 90. Yeah, let's go for that. I failed? You step up to the wagon and begin to heave in time with the three guards, red-faced and straining. You shove with all your might to extricate the sinking wagon, but it's not enough. After nearly 2 minutes of pushing at all angles, you collapse against the wagon, exhausted. Okay, I can try that again. Damn it all! Curses one of the guards. Damn it! He kicks one of the wheels and throws his hands into the air. His boss looks at you and shakes his head. Don't mind Alcar. He needed the pay for this job, and he don't look like it's going to be coming. Thanks for trying to help, though. No. I want to try again. Yeah, let's try that again. Because I can try that again myself. But I think you might be a little bit better. There we go. We're gonna need to sleep again. But, yeah. Without a word, you throw your shoulder into the back of the wagon and begin to heave in time with the guards. Surprised at your sudden generosity, they slacken for a moment. And then, as if trying to prove themselves, excuse the hiccup, redouble their efforts. You can feel a great, almost ultrasonic rumble of displeasure as the bloom's flesh begins to tear, fibers pop, one at a time, and suddenly the wagon is free, and you stagger after it. In the fissure that was devouring the wagon, you see an object, some bit of Numenera, but the bloom flesh is already closing over it. Let's reach in and grab it. Should be able to get it with no problem. Let's go with that. I got a lot of speed. That's fantastic. That's really good. What is that? It's a cipher. Orb of Perception. Permanently increase intellect by 1 and gain +2 training level on perception? Holy crap! Permanent! No, it's active until... No, it's permanent on intellect. It's active until... Okay. Okay, so when I need perception, I'll consume it. So for right now, I'm gonna stick with it. You drop quickly to your knees and plunge your arm into the rut. Your fingers close over the device and you pull it out of the wound before the bloom flesh knits itself back together. There we go. Now it's all tidy. You have our thanks, stranger, says the eldest of the guards. If we'd lost the wagon, we'd have lost our pay. You're a damn sight more helpful than most around here. Why don't you go talk to our employers over there? Maybe they'll have something for you. Well, I've already gotten something very, very good, but I was gonna talk to them, yeah. I was gonna talk to them before. Let's adjust you to the correct place. 6 of that. Okay. Let's put 2 over there, 2 over there, and 2 over there. I think that's gonna be good. No, not that. There we go. So you guys have that. Yeah. So you guys have healing galore, and I'm gonna need that spray flash for me. Thank you very much. Sort that over there. What is that one? Restore might. Got another spray flash over here. And that's that. Okay, so everything else is okay as it is. Okay, perfect. And then we have this thing. I'm not mistaken, am I? So, permanently increase intellect by 1 and then gain Orb of Perception, which basically is +2 on Perception skill, until the next sleep. Until the next sleep, yeah. It would take an immense power to break or blemish this orb. Yeah, okay, that's all the descriptions and all that. As interesting as they are, I'm not gonna read them. So, Grizzler, I have just fixed your thing, man. He looks at, he nods as you approach, smiling lopsidedly. Yep, I'm still here. Something you need? Yeah, I got a few things to talk to you about this. Let's show him the transdimensional scalper. Have you ever seen a weapon like this? Grizzler's eyes widen when he spies the scalpel and he waves it away. Get rid of it, he hisses. Can't you hear how much she hates it? And she holds his hands to his ears as if in pain. You don't actually hear anything, but you assume he must be referring to the voices of the bloom, where he's completely insane. And actually, if I had drank the water, I probably would have had a different line over there. I've heard of a weapon like that, Grizzler whispers, eyes still locked on the scalpel. Stories mostly. It's been around the bloom for a long time. That knife can cut open her maws if you fix it up right. She don't like it, and she's no friend to the one who wields it. Oh, she's a friend to me, don't worry. But I can't say anything. So he didn't give me anything. Come on. Well, you ever need advice about the bloom? Come to find me again. Okay, these merchants, I still haven't found the way to wherever that goes, because I need to go there. Ah, I never thought we'd free that wagon. Oh, it's these guys. The human merchant grins like a madman and does a little jig, his massive head lolling back and forth like a pendulum. First good thing that it's happened to us in this godforsaken monster. Here, he tosses you a purse of shins. That's the same as I pay the Memovita for our passage into the bloom, and you're a lot more deserving than she is. You hear that, you great greedy wench? And she shouts in the direction of the Memovita's courtyard and spits derisively. Thank you very much, sir. What about you, Mr. Varialan merchant? Door to trade post still shut, he says. But at least we have our wagon and goods. Indeed. I'm sorry I didn't notice that before. Are you sure you have nothing to trade? And the human merchant shakes his ponderous head. If we ever reach the ascension, we'll have something of value to sell. Crystalline Numenera of all shapes and sizes. Never the same things twice. Okay, yep. Thank you very much. And I will go and sleep again over there, and then on the next episode, we'll go to the maw that we just opened. So for right now, I am Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment, Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.